Quick term, the school network, or do I need to turn on the VPN? Okay.
We are ready for the presentation of colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the colorful sky on a brown hearts we watch, with so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flag now once more singing, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of all grace. Ready, set.
Please be seated. Ms. Coriel and Ms. Carlson, please place the mace on the stage. As the graduates are taking their seats in a year that we were so separate from each other, thought it was important to place the class of 2021 on stage as much as possible together as a class. My name is Jacob Packer, Assistant Principal of Shortridge High School, and it is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2021's graduation ceremony. A few thank yous. Thank you to the Shortridge High School JROTC under the guidance of Senior Luis Villegas for presenting our colors, the choir under the direction of Daria Weingartner for the national anthem, the orchestra under the direction of Susan Sealer for the processional, the dance program under the direction of Dana Hart and Nick Owens for setting the celebratory mood for this evening, and in advance, the recessional Heroes and Dreamers under the coordination of Joe Lapka and Paige Locker, featuring our student musicians and artists. And thank you to Shelby Myers and Eli Jellison for working the sound and lights, Michelle Verchance for our video, and Christy Powell for taking photos. As you can see, it is fully a team effort to help these graduates across the stage. Finally, thank you to all of you for making it this far. This has been a year. To our families, friends, faculty, staff, honored guests, and you, the graduates who will be taking your seats for the next 40 minutes before you come back on this stage today, thank you for all that you have done to make it to this season. As we're waiting for the final graduates to take their seats, it is my pleasure to welcome Alad Nichols Kaufman for the student address.
Hello, everyone. So, funny story, actually. About 4 years ago or so, I was sitting on one of these school board meetings, which, as a normal high schooler, I happened to go to, and I saw an item related to Shortridge on the agenda. Apparently, they were honoring some sort of students who are speaking at each high school's graduation, and I looked at them, and I was sitting back in the back of the room, and looked at these accomplished seniors, thinking, wow, imagine addressing your entire class to say goodbye at graduation. That's crazy. Good thing I don't have to worry about that. Well, here I am. Good evening, everyone, again, and thank you so much for letting me speak today. It's really an honor for me to be able to come up and address you on such a momentous day for our senior class. And I hope that I can say something that does at least a little bit of justice to this occasion. A few weeks ago, when I was sitting down to write this speech, I was debating on how to approach it. I wanted to write something moving, and exciting, but everything that would come out seemed a little cheesy and paled in comparison to everything experienced this past year. Then I wrote the sort of depressing COVID speech, COVID happened, we've been through a lot, our senior year sucked, yada, 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 but when I looked at and reread over what I had written, I realized that doesn't exactly reflect our senior year. Our years at Shortridge have been years of change, certainly, but not all just because of something like COVID, and not all changed for the worse. For someone on the outside looking in, our class of 2021 is not a particularly unified class. Many of us have come from different high schools, and with the pandemic shutdowns and all, none of us have been here on campus for 4 years straight. Shortridge students come from a wide variety of middle schools, in-district, out-of-district, private, public, etc. Multiple races, socioeconomic groups, and so forth. And looking from the outside in, you say, yeah, that's a really different, separated class. But this past year has proved, for us at least, something very different. We're bonded by shared experiences that few classes have ever shared before, and I think few classes ever will. The struggles of adapting to a school twice the size of the ones most of us attended freshman year, the joys of meeting new friends and creating a new culture, the difficulties of going through online learning or lack thereof, the long battle with mental challenges stemming from isolation and quarantine, and the struggle of completing a high school and diploma, IB diploma in the middle of global pandemic, and most importantly, the relief at finally being done. It's these experiences that have brought us, this incredibly disparate set of teenagers, who might not otherwise never even say a word to each other, to a strong, cohesive community. And I'm certain this is going to empower us to change the world. Now, I know that sounds a little cheesy. Nobody single-handedly goes out and changes the world, right? It's something they just say in graduation speeches. And to a certain degree, that is true. Nobody single-handedly goes out to change the world. Emphasis on single-handedly. But a class, an entire class that has been brought together through trials and tribulations, an entire class aware of the racial injustices in our country, an entire class aware of the impending climate crisis, a class who knows how important community is. They can change the world. We can change the world. And never ever let anyone tell you that someone from Indianapolis, from Midwest inner city students will ever amount to anything. Never forget that we are from a school that has produced writers and senators, actors and activists. Shortridge is an institution that has developed leaders, local and national, for centuries. That's not just in the far past. Just this very year, Shortridge students have led the fight against hatred against Asian Americans, Islanders, written an emergency climate declaration, and held a racial equity summit earlier in the year. All this during COVID. If you're sitting here today, it's because you've worked hard. Nobody graduates from an IB school in the middle of a global pandemic without having worked hard. But we didn't get through this alone. All of this is only possible because of the amazingly hard work of our teachers, who have spent all their time and energy making sure we succeed. So, on behalf of the senior class, I just want to say thank you to our teachers, who have gone through a year that's been just as harder, although sometimes even harder than ours. You're the ones who make the school what it is, so thank you, teachers. This is just the start. What we've done, what we've seen, what we've experienced are all just the very start of our lives. We need to take all that we've learned and carry on that to our futures. I know the class of 2021 has done great things, we are doing great things, and we will continue doing great things for years to come. Good luck, seniors. It's been a wild ride, but I do it over again 10 times if I have the chance. Maybe a little pandemic card, On the most cliched, Shortridge way possible, a Kurt Vonnegut quote. Kurt Vonnegut once asked, what should young people do with their lives? And his response was, many things, obviously. But the most daring thing to do is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. In this year of loneliness and isolation, let's take his advice and work forward to keep the communities close and keep our Shortridge legacy. Thank you very much, everyone. So it is now my pleasure to welcome Ms. Coriel to the podium.
I emailed a few teachers to ask them what I should say about this year's academic award winner. The number of detailed responses I received to this ask is the best testament to the student's impact on Shortridge and to his dedication to academics. Here are a few snippets from teachers' responses. His curiosity is one of his incredible strengths academically, and he is tenacious when seeking more information or falling down a rabbit hole of information. When we were in the midst of a debate in class regarding the First Amendment, he pulled out a pocket copy of the Constitution to reference the amendment itself so that his team could make sure they were citing it correctly. His entire team cheered when he pulled the Constitution out of his pocket. He successfully carried a box of hot coffee with all the fixins through the crowd at a Red for Ed rally at the State House to support teachers and lend his voice to communal action. He manages to read an entire newspaper daily between school tasks. He sings in a sea shanty group, choir in Indiana. He is extremely knowledgeable. He knows a lot about a lot without being pretentious. We've recently been having conversations about the violence in Israel because his family is visiting there this summer. He is able to articulate these issues better than most. He has his Israeli citizenship and is very close to getting his Spanish citizenship. He has a recent letter to the editor published regarding carbon pricing in Indy Star. He also recently spoke in favor of the blue and purple bus lines in testimony in front of the state legislature, and the bill that would all but have killed those lines was defeated. He speaks Hebrew, English, Mandarin, and a good deal of Spanish. He is interested in architecture, urban planning, and Shortridge history, and so he delights in exploring the building and analyzing its oddities. He wrote an extended essay about urban planning in Tucson, Arizona, and has a particular interest in Spanish colonial as well as Islamic architecture. He is always happy to chat nerdily, but unpresumptuously, with his classmates about everything from Marxism to which is the best Jolly Rancher flavor. He was a kind, supportive, creative, and diligent mentor to his 9th grade mentee through the peer mentoring program. He also volunteered a great deal of time on evenings and weekends to campaign for the school board elections, canvass, get out the vote, and organize a candidates forum through student government. He is a scholar and a leader, and he makes the world a better place. As you probably figured out by now, this year's academic award recipient is Elad Nichols Kaufman. It's now my pleasure to welcome Ms. Mila Powell to the stage.
Good evening. In terms of service, many institutions value the number of hours or the length of a service project. Others value service in regard to the impact or outcomes achieved. At Shortridge High School, our award is focused on ethics and is inscribed as the Service and Ethos Award. From their freshman year, the class of 2021 has demonstrated an innate drive to be a voice for others. As advocates for their fellow humans, they have striven to lift up the voices of those mainstream society often ignores. Taking a stand for equal rights and representation for all, consistently shining a light on ways we can grow as a community to be even more inclusive and globally minded. This is a class of action takers and change makers. This will be the class we remember for their actions and for the projection of their voices in the midst of the chaos. As they grow into adults, we won't worry that they will go quietly into the night. One individual stood out among their peers. This recipient approaches other people with empathy and curiosity and speaks to learn and grow as much to help. This student has dedicated his high school career to serving not only his school, but also to the surrounding community. While the pandemic created many obstacles for us all, this student has not been deterred and instead has found his voice as an advocate, working on the behalf of students and staff throughout the city in various roles. Rather than watching the battle from the sidelines, this scholar charged forward as opportunities presented themselves, even when it felt unknown and maybe a little scary. The risks that came with those opportunities were well worth it, because they have lit a flame of passion for him in his journey in advocacy. He spoke on Facebook Live about the importance of student voice with Teach for America, and he will be leading a cohort of students at the Peace Learning Center Mental Health Summit as a peer mentor. He volunteered to film and edit the promotional video for peer mentoring, and the call to volunteer wasn't even asked. He just did it. Service is an enormous component at the heart of what it means to be a Shortridge student, and this student exemplifies that ideal. Please join me as we congratulate this year's recipient of the 2021 Shortridge High School Service and Ethos Award, Jared Commando. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Carlson.
Professionalism is weaved throughout our programming and coursework at Shortridge High School. Students manage multiple large deadlines, collaborate with others on large projects, have civil discourse to understand cultural differences, and evaluate the ethics of important dilemmas in business, medicine, the environment, and their future careers. The Professionalism Award is for a student who approaches these challenges with thought, care, principles, strong communication skills, and even a bit of risk-taking, stretching themselves to reflect, grow, and learn their studies. This year's recipient of the Professionalism Award has demonstrated outstanding personal development in their ability to manage IB work and due dates effectively, and has shown growth and professionalism in the quality of their work. This student demonstrates exceptional intercultural understanding, working collaboratively with any and all classmates to support each other's learning. During a group podcast project, the student took a leadership role in editing the podcast while still listening to group members' thoughts and ideas and producing a podcast that reflected the group as a whole. This student is an effective communicator, asking thoughtful questions, listening attentively, sharing their ideas and research with relevant details, and drawing upon reliable sources. This student has developed a professional manner and voice in all academic work, including group discussions, service reflections, and thank you notes they've written to guest speakers. This student shows critical, creative, and practical thinking in all they do. And they show their strong ethics by caring for classmates and standing up for themselves and others, all while showing tremendous empathy and compassion. It has been a true joy and a privilege to observe this student's growth and the professionalism they've developed as a career-related program student, and they will pave the way for their future success. Please join me as we congratulate this year's recipient of the 2021 Shortridge High School Professionalism Award, Jacqueline Cordova Rodriguez. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Craig Moljak.
Good evening. Throughout the year, I would get comments like, "That's not the same point guard from years ago, is it? Why does that volleyball player look so familiar?" While she has only been at Shortridge for 4 years, it feels like Ella Garriott has been here for 20, because she gave so much to volleyball, basketball, and softball teams over that time. During those years, we watched Ella grow from a spunky athlete to a great example for other student athletes. Her head coach put it well when she said she has grown into not only a great athlete, but a role model and leader for other students at Shortridge High School, which is also echoed by her volleyball coach when she says her motivation, dedication, and positive energy makes her a star captain on the court and gives her an encouraging impact on others. The athletic department would like to congratulate Ella Garriott on being our 2021 Female Athlete of the Year for her efforts this year and her outstanding efforts throughout her career. Our Male Athlete of the Year is always around. He's around basketball. He's around basketball asking people to watch his film. Sorry. I don't like doing this. He was at football games saying that if he hadn't just gone through a bad injury, he would be out on that field right now helping his teammates. Mind you, he could barely stand. And he's out at track practice, hyping himself up and friends for the next race. He's always around. And when he's around, he's being an amazing teammate, a coachable athlete, and a supportive student of all things Shortridge. His new coach, Drew Fountain, quickly realized who he was and said that he has shown so much courage and perseverance while also helping establish a new foundation for how Shortridge Blue Devils represent themselves on and off the court. To say that he has bounced back from tragedy is an understatement. To say that he will be missed on the field, the track, and the court also goes without saying. His energy, enthusiasm, work ethic, and athletic ability make it our honor to award the 2021 Shortridge Male Athlete of the Year to Will Smith. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome back Mel Coryell.
This year's Ann Davis Schellenberger honoree is the unofficial poet laureate of Shortridge, who slays with her similes and her symbolism. With the stroke of her pen, caterpillars sprout wings. Flowers grow from concrete. Despair becomes hope. While she has wowed crowds during Black Student Union events and Butler Writers open mics, her academic writing demonstrates the same deftness, helping to land her talents at Howard University, where she plans to study English. Shantae Swanson is always quick to help a classmate and never afraid to speak her mind. She remains grounded as she continues to take flight. Please join me in congratulating Shantae and welcoming her to the stage for her spoken word commencement address.
At times, I close my eyes and picture life as all flowers like kindergarten. Not a care in the world, just Dr. Seuss, crayons, popsicles, and popcorn. When we could color our characters in any color we wanted, pushing swings so high we could barely touch the sun, riding bikes, scraping up our knees and arms when we aimlessly chased bubbles and lived in our own little bubbles when struggles were a foreign language to us. Before the world could get to me, hard in me, let me know that brown crayon colored every part of me. But I probably learned to bare my teeth before I learned to smile. I was just mirroring the hostility the world would soon present to me. I've never been a back of the classroom type of child, though I look like a back of the classroom type of child. No red fish, blue fish, we had bigger fish to fry, a bigger tree to climb, can't be compelled by the system's racial bigotry. They say knowledge is power, but don't give you any. I was a child, I stood innocently, with my hand over my heart, reciting a pledge that wasn't even written for me. Pledging the 50 stars that were preparing me to never become one, simply because my skin is golden brown. But I still excelled in all my classes, golden star on my paper since elementary, can I speak to them? Can I speak to them? They're trying to force invisibility upon you in this education system. You have to seek for them. Can't beg for sympathy. There is none in this jungle. Don't get lost in the trees. You gotta breathe through them ambitiously, seeking inquiry because knowledge is power, right? They gonna tell you it comes conditionally. I have never been a pick-me. So for a while, wouldn't raise my hand in class. I know y'all know that feeling, hand down, head down, teachers still pick me. It was my middle school days when I started to pick up on this concept of fragility, flipping through textbook pages and black bodies in chains, black bodies in graves, black bodies enslaved, all at the whip of white hands. They still call it Black history. I said, you gotta raise your voice and speak up if you wanna learn something. They weren't hearing me. I know middle school was hard for anyone. Going through a crisis of identity, I know y'all know. Battling with who I am versus who I'm meant to be. Acting too black for the white kids, too white for the black kids, trying to get in where I fit in. Black sheep, but I'm from Black wheat, I'm bred differently. I wish I would have known that we all flowers, no matter where we grow. Look in the mirror to see a star, no need for telescopes. I was too busy keeping up an image of what a black girl should be. That's why nowhere I went ever quite felt like home. Pushed all boundaries, now here I am, Howard bound. Everything a black woman could be. Everything a black woman could be, even though the system wasn't built for me. They'll toss you out the nest and tell you to fly for cutting your wings, but I know how to cage birds' sings. I
lot of black ships sink. It won't matter if we know how to swim when we have generational anchors on our feet. Hear what I'm saying? It was 7th grade when I buried my little brother. He'll never walk across that stage, so me 8th grade me, freshman me. I was angry, but my coach told me that my energy is contagious. Want to shout out my high school for opening this door for me. One might call me a poet now, learning how to channel my energy. But there were a couple of my teachers who knew exactly how to break me down, fighting silent wars, speaking confidence into me, holding me up above water, never let me drown. Sophomore year, I became accustomed to the sound waves of my own voicing. You can't tell me nothing now. Speaking from the heart. When I say I'm just glad to make my mama proud. In a world of hate, I'm just happy to have found some beauty. But imagine the changes we can make. If we found some unity, we can move mountains. It's up to you and me. The world is in our hands now. We can't wait on anyone else to shape it. It will only be what we make it. It's in need of light and love, but it'll only go as far as we take it. I'm the voice of the hood. Know the youth is watching, can't let them down. Gotta show them a bit of black excellence because they see more black bodies in prison jumpsuits than cap and gown. So how can they tell us? Knowledge is power, and then the province of it. The only straight path us in education is the school to prison pipeline. The system is busted, can't fall for anything. So junior year, I learned to stand my ground. Is that success I smell in the aroma? Tired of being handed obituaries of black children, about time they hand us a diploma. They say kids these days are too soft. But we finished our senior year in the midst of a pandemic, racial crisis after crisis, mental health deterioration, trials and tribulations, but we can say we did it. You can't talk to us about resiliency, we bask in it. We're intolerant in a world of injustice where they would be indifferent. If senior year has showed me anything in a world full of humans, humanity is scarce, but you'll find it in the children. If senior year has taught me anything, it's perseverance. If senior year has disciplined me on anything, it's that knowledge is a privilege. Knowledge is only potential. Knowledge in itself is not power. Education is only half of the battle, especially in a world of systemic shackles, because we are watering the next generation of kindergarten. Who cares if you know how to plant seeds, if you don't actually grow flowers?
Oh my goodness. And she did that. And I'm coming up here. I gotta find a place here, so she spit it by memory. Goodness, Shantae. We're gonna get there. That's a lot of pages here. Okay. So, Shantae, thank you for those just moving words. Sharing your skills, love, passion. That's good. From the heart, your joys, your sorrows, your gifts. So thank you. That is I'm speechless still. Well, my friends, families, guests, class of 2021. I'm your principal, Dennis Thomas. That was surprising, right? And I'm honored, and I stand before you today as that principal of Shortridge. And I want to welcome once again my guests, Superintendent Johnson, our commissioners, Hawkins, Moore, Richard, Dr. Morgan, Troy Nolan Watkins, and Ms. Love, thank you. Thank you very much for your leadership, your service, for your leadership in this, as it's been stated multiple times, in trying times in our city, in our country, in our world, in our schools. So, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate these phenomenal young people that are going to be change makers in the future. So, class of 21, seniors, I commend you on your work, your perseverance, not just for these last 2 years, which have been hard, but for all of your work, all of those years. These last 2 years, it's not what any of us wanted. It's missed time with friends, activities, athletics, dance, and time in this beautiful school, this place right here. We've lost that. We lost something. We have missed what a typical high school experience could be. However, as you see, you have continued on, overcame, innovated, leaned in, took on leadership, and you are here today because you have persevered. In fact, I know this, as was a joke a second ago, there are students in here that have never seen me in person. Their principal, before you today, as I started in January last year, and almost immediately, in 2 months, was ushered into a global pandemic and virtual school. That even just this semester, walking down the halls, I would routinely be greeting my students, right? Say, hello, it's Principal Thomas. And the response sometimes would be, oh, you're our principal. So as I walked up here today, though did not get an introduction because it was where we're at. I'm sure some of you today thought the same thing. But that's an example of what some of those things that we lost. Relationships with your friends, your teachers, your coaches. Heck, here's one thing. Think about this. What you really missed, I know something you really missed, was not having the opportunity to sit for hours and hours the last 2 weeks taking IB exams. So, we associate loss with a feeling of grief. So today, each of us in this historic hall know of loss this year. We've experienced grief. Grief is usually defined. It's defined that how we feel when we lose something that we cherish, that we no longer have available to us. Many times it's about the death of a loved one. And yes, today, I know folks in this room, there are many here that have lost someone during the pandemic. And many in this hall may still be grieving for those losses. But the feeling of grief can also be those things that we have not experienced. The loneliness of, the longing for, those things we never had the opportunity to experience. So I ask of all of us that you acknowledge this. Seniors, think about that. Pause, reflect on this. But also reflect and pivot to what you have experienced, what you have learned, what you can take from this, from these experiences, and celebrate how you have overcome and have succeeded in all of this, in spite of this. You are strong, and you will be successful, even in the near future and far future. So yes, it's okay. It's okay. In fact, it's necessary to heal, to be sad and to grieve for loss or absence, but also acknowledge your success and accomplishments. You can hold both of these things together. And I believe these feelings together even make it more powerful because it creates something called hope. Hope that provides you the opportunity to achieve those experiences, those things that you long for, that you're passionate about. My hope, your teacher's hope, your family's hope is grounded in their faith in you. I know, as graduates of Shortridge, you have been equipped with skills, knowledge, and a mindset to be thinkers. You have been empowered to be risk takers and stand up for injustices. You have already engaged, as been stated multiple times today, to be change makers in social justice, climate change, and equity, just this year. Tremendous amount of work the seniors have done for our community. So what both Elad and Shante so eloquently and passionately expressed, be that change maker that will rise up and hold our leaders responsible. You are equipped with knowledge and skills, empowered with passion and perspective, and ready to engage to make a difference, persevere. So take a moment, be present in it, and really take this moment to celebrate what you, all of you have accomplished, and then look towards the horizon to find a passion to make this world, your world, a better world than our own. Congratulations, Blue Devils, class of 2021, you make me very, very proud. It is my pleasure to invite Commissioner Ed Hawkins, Andrea Harris, Tricia Miller, Carolyn Clark, and to the stage for the presentation of diplomas.
Will the first two rows of graduates please take your places? This is an exciting time for all of us. Please be respectful to other graduating members of the class of 2021. Thank you. Leigh Abdelbari. Allison Abrego. Alexis Adams. Aisha Abiwe Adebayo. Risa Aguilar. Darlie Esperanza Alvarez. Jonas Anderson. Anna Ariel. Miguel Arigoita Francisco. Justin Ariano Areola. Helen Ariaza Rios. Marvin Ariaza. Robert Asher. Shayna Bailey. Taj Barnard. Jair Farilaga. Cassandra Claudinette Buthelme. Malik Beasley. Ryan Bell. Zanaya Bell. Alexis Bellamy. Doris Bermudez. Iris Bettencourt. Brillian Bolden. Caleb Bowie. Henry Bravada. Isaac Bright. Deshana Brown. Ikea Calhoun. Jarrett Camargo. Stephanie Carpio. Jasmine Herrera Ochoa. Angel Castaneda. Anthony Castaneda. Jasmine Castillo. Anais Castro. Ella Catlin. Amaris Chapel. Benjamin Clark. Abby Grace Clay. David Cole. Jacqueline Cordova Rodriguez. Amelia Coriel. Ian Craig. Jockway Craig. Benjamin Isaac Cuellar. Zane Cuthbertson. Daviana Day. Deja Delva. Kamari Donald. Nashay Driver. Essence Dunlap. Simeon Edwards. Danae Elam. Angus Ely Smith. Valentina Espinoza Sanchez. Joel Espinoza. Nova Esters. Rory Fat Anthony. Keyshawn Fields. Bruce Flores. Stephanie Flores Abraham. Augustin Galarza. Tiaja Gant. Christian Garcia. Derek Garcia. Gemma Garcia. Yuramari Garcia Sanchez. Ella Garriott. Avery Giles. Cece Goff. Ella Goldsmith. Toby Grayson.
Jocelyn Hernandez Noyola. Layla Herring. Leela Herring. Brianna Hill. Joshua Hill. John Jackson. Tamia Jackson. Diana Jimenez. Jocelyn Jimenez Lopez. Ollie Johnson. Bailey Jones. Ashley Juarez Lemus. Shanae Kilpatrick. Miles Landrum. Ayala Lang. Nora LaRoche. Antoine Lee. Robin Marie Lee. Marilyn Lopez. Maya Mack. Erica Magianis. Michael Mason. Christopher Matamoros. Ying Mei. Madison Mays. Angus McCutcheon. Devon McKee. Brayjanae McKenzie. Carlos Medina. Gabriella Miguel. Maria Miguel. Savannah Miller. Cameron Milton. Ariana Mitchell. Willie Mitchell. Adali Molina. Rodrigo Molina. Samaya Moore. Lisette Morales. Roman Moreno. Jalen Mullins. Nathan Munden. Elad Nicholas Coffin. Sean Olisi Akins. Itayo Oluwojulu. Caricia Ontiveros. Amanda Palmero. Celia Parker Fetterman. Yasmin Pereira Ponciano. Daniel Perez. Gabriela Perez.
Brandon Petrie. Janaya Petty. Ashley Pinot. Ryan Pueblo Nunez. Marcos Pueblo Nunez. Alexander Quintero. Arthur Ramirez. Kenny Ramirez. Michael Reed.
Jalen Reaver. Ryan Reed. Alejandro Reyes. Raniel Reyes. Wesley Rhodes. Lynette Rivas. Kenneth Rivera Perez. Isaac Robinson. Victor Rocha. Manuel Rodriguez. Miguel Rojas. Andrea Romero. Sebastian Romo. Leangelo Rush. Malaya Russell White. Michael Saldana. Jennifer Salguera Ozuna. Isaiah Sample. Abby Schleibecker. Imagine Akai Scott. Christian Segovia. Enrique Segovia. Robert Shelby. Taya Slatter. Marilee Smith. Marquise Smith. William Smith. Ash Steiner. Demont Stevens. Bailey Strawhorn. Andre Sutt. Shantae Swanson. James Salty. Isabel Simzak. Gabrielle Taylor. Tiana Taylor. Summer Thomas. Natalie Thornburg. Alexandra Torres. Jason Torres. Amari Tunstall. Brianna Turner. Tiara Ubeda. Grant Olin. Aiden Valentine. Tiara Van Fleet. Luis Villegas. Maya Winters. Quincy Woodard Kingster II. John Yepes. Ziv Sellers. Cadence Ziriakov. Ethan Zemsky. Amelie Zernheld. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Superintendent Alicia Johnson.
Good evening. Y'all know what I've been set up. It's me. I'm the only one sitting between your children celebrating. So I will make this short and sweet. And I would say to the class of 2021, as many have said, y'all did that. Congratulations. A little selfish to take a superintendent selfie real quick.
Thank you, Superintendent Johnson. Ms. Coriel and Ms. Carlson, please join me on stage. Graduates, on behalf of Indianapolis Public Schools and your Shortridge High School family, thank you for all you have done to make it here. Before we conclude, there are some final people, very important people out there who might have helped you along the way. Please join me in thanking them for helping you reach this. Okay, now the moment you're waiting for. On the recommendation of the faculty, the principal, with the approval of Superintendent Johnson and the Board of School Commissioners, and by the authority thereby vested, I confer upon you the class of 2021 with academic transitioning from students to graduates. Graduates, use your crystals. Well, I told them that's what they were going to do, so they did. Audience, please remain in your seats. Audience, please remain in your seats until the graduates have recessed. Ms. Carlson, please carry the mace for our recessional. Audience, you may meet your graduate in front of the building on Meridian Street so they pick up their diploma. With sincere congratulations and best wishes to the graduating class, I declare the 2021 Shortridge High School commencement completed. Congratulations, class of 2021. As two reminders, we would not have been able to do this without you, our graduates' families, their parents, their loved ones, the people who raised them. Thank you so much for helping them reach this day. You may claim your high school graduate on Meridian Street after they grab their diploma. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Have a safe and healthy summer. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.